Today's class is a yoga-inspired, lower body focused flow. So we're going to strengthen and open up through the hips and the glutes and the legs, and of course use our core to help us stabilize. So let's go ahead and get started. Coming down to the mat. And just come into child's pose first. So big toes to touch, knees come wide, sink your hips back to your heels, and make this an active child's pose. So instead of falling all the way down to the floor, support the weight of your body by lifting your elbows up away from the floor, pressing firmly to your palms. You can draw your gaze down toward the mat so that the back of the neck is long here, and your neck is an extension of the rest of your spine. And then think of sliding shoulder blades down your back to engage your lats and wake up back body. And then think of sending your weight back toward your hips, towards your heels. So really compressing through your hip crease. Giving yourself a gentle stretch there. Taking an inhale, let's walk it over to the left again. Staying lifted. Send your belly on top of your thigh. Anchor through your palms. Keep your gaze down toward the floor, neck nice and long. And feel a deeper stretch through the right side body, from the right hip all the way up along the right side of the ribs and up through the right arm. And then walk your hands through center and over to the other side. Lift your belly, set it on top of your thigh. Anchor through those palms, stay lifted here. Deep breath in as you expand through your ribs and find a nice release and stretch. Walk it all the way back to center and up to tabletop. Knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders for cat-cow. Let's start by dropping the belly. Slide the shoulders back toward the tailbone and draw your gaze up toward the sky. And then tuck your pelvis under, navel to spine, chin to chest, crown of the head to floor as you catch your back. Good. Inhale, lengthen from navel to chin. Exhale, round from tailbone to crown of the head. And one more time. Inhale and find length. Exhale and find space. Good, and then back to a neutral spine. Walk down onto your forearms. Elbows are just forward of your shoulders. And extend your right leg nice and long. Square your hips. Shift your weight back to center. Press up in between your shoulder blades. Use your upper body to support and stabilize. And then just try to slide those left toes out to the side and back in line with your hips. So just kind of stretching through the inner thigh, moving through the hip a little bit, trying not to swivel or move too much in the pelvis. Good, and then draw those toes out to about a 45-degree angle. Again, square your pelvis, tuck your tailbone under, send your toes to the floor, and flex through your heel as you shift your weight back and forth. So stretching through the back of the leg here, releasing through the calf, and finding a little bit of mobility through the toes and the ankle. Good, and then draw that knee back underneath the hip and extend the right leg nice and long. Little semicircle here out to the side. Just gliding the toe on the floor here. Warming up through the glutes, the hips, finding a little bit of range of motion. And then also tapping into that core stability, that core work, trying to keep our weight centered. Gaze is up between your thumbs, neck is nice and long. Now let's hold that leg out at 45 degrees, tuck the toes under, shift your weight back and forth. Press through the heel, roll toward the tips of the toes for 4 and 3, should feel nice. 2 and 1. Good. Go ahead, draw your knee back underneath your hip. Prop yourself back up onto your palms. Take your toes out to the edge of the mat, tuck them under, and lift your hips up and back. Adjust your feet and your stance. Find your down dog. Spread your fingers wide, press into your palms. Good. Hug the ribs and the belly in and up toward the midline, toward the spine. Lift your heels high, squeeze through the calves, and then press them down. Let's do that 4 more times. Crown of the head hangs toward the floor, right in between the hands. Here's 2. Good, and last 1. Nice. Take a deep breath and bring your gaze up to the top of the mat, and then carefully hop, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch, and then let your head hang heavy here. Take a nice bend in your knees. Find a ragdoll pose. You can widen your stance here actually if that feels a little bit more stable for you for now. Grab for opposite elbows and gently sway side to side. Tractioning your spine. Let your head hang heavy, releasing your neck. Open up the low back. If you'd like, you can let your arms hang long. Circle them in. Circle them out. Good. And then bring the toes back together. It's a little bit of space between the heels. Inhale as you round all the way up, reaching up for the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Take a second here, close your eyes. Relax your shoulders back over your hips. Good, find your breath. Open your eyes, inhale, reach your arms up. Flip your palms to face forward, bend your elbows, tiny back bend, stretch across the chest. Good, and then reach your arms back up overhead. Draw your palms together in front of your chest and step your left leg back. So we come to a high lunge here. Adjust so that your right heel is underneath your right knee. Your hips are square to the front. Your back heel is nice and high. And lots of energy through this back leg. So think of pressing the back of the thigh up toward the sky, squeezing deeply through the glutes. Hands are going to come behind your head. Hug your ribs and try not to flare through your rib cage. And really anchor through this front leg, through this front foot. Inhale, hinge forward at your hip crease. Keep a long spine, no rounding here. And exhale, lift straight back up. So this is core work for balance, oblique work for stability, and then strengthening through this front thigh and this glute here on the right side, the hips as well. Spread your right toes wide, press into all the corners of your foot, and then hinge forward straight down. Try to bring your chest to hover your thigh. Come down low. And remember, we're not rounding here. We're keeping a long, extended spine here. Let's go for 4. And exhale, lift. Good. Here's 3. And exhale up. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Nice work. We're going to go ahead and drop that back heel and bring ourselves to a profile view. Keep a bend in this knee. And we're going to dip down and exhale, lift. So again, working into those obliques, but we're still strengthening through the legs, right? We still have this nice deep bend in this front knee. The legs aren't moving, they're just holding strong. Go for 3 and 2. Last one, hold the bend, extend your arm and reach your top arm up over your shoulder. Inhale as you circle your arm forward, bring your gaze down, square your shoulders to the top of the mat, and then sweep your arm back up, stacking your shoulders, profile. Inhale, circle down, and exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and exhale. Option to prop your forearm up on your thigh for a little bit of support. Otherwise, you're using your obliques and your core to help keep you lifted here. Follow your hand with your gaze to protect your neck. Good, let's go 1 more here. Nice, really exploring that shoulder mobility. Let's reverse that circle. Stay low in those legs. Take it down and exhale, lift. Be dramatic about that circle. Try to cover every square inch of that shoulder joint. Let's go for 2. Last 1, good. And then lift yourself all the way up into your warrior 2. Flip your palms, sink down even lower. Go ahead and just breathe, hold here for 2 rounds of breath. Press through your heel, press through the edge of your foot, lift through the arch of your foot. Inhale and exhale. Good, flip your palms up to face the ceiling. Press through your front foot, straighten your leg, bring your arms overhead. Flip your palms, come right back down. A little bit of a warrior 2 flow here. Good. We take it low and then we lift. Try to squeeze the glutes at the top. Anchor through your back leg, Try to keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Go for 5. Nice. And 4. Breathing good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last 2. Last one, back to warrior 2 and hold. Good, deep breath in. We're gonna transition to profile. Send your right toes inward and then heels come in, toes come out for goddess pose. We sink down nice and low. And let's hold, get situated here. Shift your weight side to side as you keep your hips low, opening up through those inner thighs. Good, and then let's take it down and up. Down and up. So we press through the heels and the outer edges of the feet to ensure we're working the back of the body as much as possible. You feel a stretch through your inner thighs on the way down, and then lots of activity as you squeeze in and up through the midline. Notice if you're pitching forward to come down, keep your shoulders stacked over your hips so your spine is tall. Add your arms if you'd like for a little bit more of a cardiovascular element. That'll help get your heart rate up pretty quickly. Good, inhale and exhale, lift, squeeze at the top, press into those heels. Let's go for 5. And 4. You got it, 3. Here's 2. Last one, hold it low, little pulse, down, down, down. So again, send your knees over the center of your foot. Good, work the entire leg here. Keep the chin up, the chest open, the belly engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring hands to the inner thighs, stay low, drop right shoulder down, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, lift your chest up through center, exhale, twist to the other side. Good, inhale up, and exhale, twist. Last time, inhale up, and exhale, twist. Good, back to center star pose, let it go. Nice work. Send your back heel toward the edge of the mat. Send your front toes forward. Come back into your warrior 2. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Lift your back heel up and transition back into your lunge facing the front. Good. And then hinge down. Set your palms down on either side of your right foot and then step your right foot back to down dog. Pause here for a couple rounds of breath. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Good. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, step, hop, or jump to the top of the mat. Bend into your knees and find your standing forward fold. Option to find that ragdoll pose. Swing side to side. Let your head go here. Don't hang on to it. Let it hang heavy. Feel free to circle your arms in or out. And then heel toe your big toes closer together, space in between your heels. And then inhale, roll up to standing. Good. Exhale, hands come down in front of your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up, flip your palms, tiny back bend, bend your elbows. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hands come down in front of your heart. And then we switch sides, right? So that left foot comes forward and that right leg comes back this time. And then work your foot so that your heel is underneath your knee, hips are nice and square, and the back heel is nice and high. Lots of energy through the back of the leg, a deep squeeze through the glutes. Hands come behind head. If it's ever too much with hands behind head, hands to the hips is fine as well. We hinge forward, long spine, pressing firmly through that left foot. Exhale and lift. Inhale forward, find that balance. And exhale, take your time. See if you can truly bring yourself to hover your thigh, hug the belly, and use the abdominals to help lift you back up. Keep your chin up off your chest, elbows nice and wide, ribs pull in. Let's go for 3 more. And lift. Good, here's 2. And lift. Last one, nice and steady and slow. Good, and then we hold here, take a deep breath in, and then we open up, dropping that back heel into our profile position, finding those oblique dips, staying low through the legs. Inhale down and exhale up. If you ever wanted to kick this class up a notch, you could definitely put wrist weights on, and that would absolutely add a nice level of challenge to any of these movements. Good, let's go for 3. Stay low in that leg. 2, exhale to lift. Last one. Hold it here, extend your bottom arm, extend your top arm, roll your shoulders back. Inhale as you circle forward through your shoulder, and exhale, lift. So remember, we follow our gaze, follow our hand with our gaze, stay low in that leg, really trying to feel the work with just this isometric hold, right? Option to bring your forearm to the thigh for a little bit more support, or really use the obliques and the abdominals to stay lifted. Good, think of squaring your shoulders to the top of the mat as you come down, and then squaring your shoulders to the front as you come up. Let's go for 3. Stay rooted through the feet for 2. And the last one this direction. Good, let's reverse it. We take it forward, up, and lift. Forward, up, and lift. Good, for 3. And 2. And 1. Nice work. Hold your arms like that. Draw your breath in, draw your belly in, and lift straight up into your warrior 2. Good. Flip your palms down and hold here for 2 rounds of breath. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Slide the shoulder blades together on the back of the body. Hinge forward a little bit more. Come deep into that thigh muscle. Good. And then flip your palms up. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, we sink low. Good. Inhale up. And exhale, sink low. So a nice flow here. Good, so we flush out the leg a little bit, but we're staying active, we're coming low, we're squeezing the glutes at the top, stretching the inner thighs, we come down, let's go for 4. And up, you got it, 3. And lift, last 2. Good, last one, hold it here, deep breath in, full breath out. And then open up into your profile position, heels in, toes out, hands come together, let's sink it nice and low, shift your weight side to side, open up through the inner thighs, through the hips, send your weight back to your heels and to the outer edges of your feet. Good, and then from here it's all the way up and down, lift and lower. Good, option to add those arms. To get that heart rate up a little bit, you can move as fast or as slow as you like here, as long as you're maintaining your form. So remember, no rounding or hinging forward, no arching through the back. You're sliding straight up and down a wall behind you, right? Let's go for 5. And 4. Full range of motion for 3. Here's 2. Good, last one, hold it low here, little pulses down. Knees are wide over the center of the foot, shoulders are stacked over the hips, belly and ribs are drawn in, you've got it, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it low, hands to your thighs, drop your left shoulder down, twist through your spine, look over your right shoulder, stay low. Inhale through center, exhale, twist other side. One more round here, stay low. Inhale and exhale. Good, and inhale and exhale. Good, come up through center, right back into your warrior 2 and hold for a round of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good, pivot your back heel nice and high, square yourself to the top of the mat. Float your hands down. Listen for your transition. We're gonna step our right foot up to meet our left. Bring your feet and your knees together and lift up into chair pose. So a little chair pose squat series before we get down to the mat. Still strengthening through the lower body. So hands come together in front of your chest. Sink your glutes down nice and low. Tuck your tailbone under slightly so that you're not arching through your low back. Peel your toes up off the floor so you feel the thighs, the hips, and the glutes doing all the work here. And we're gonna take it down an inch and up. Down an inch and up. Good, so tiny movement here. Keep the belly pulled in. And feel your heart rate just start to kick as you really start to challenge yourself and fatigue through these big muscles, right? Let's go for 5. And 4. 3. 2. Hold it there, stay low and separate your feet a few inches. Evenly distribute your weight, step your right toes back and up. Right toes back and up. So nothing changes in the left side. Left side working super hard here. Inhale, reach, and exhale, tap. As fast or as slow as you'd like, but stay low in those glutes. Go for 4, 3, connect the breath. Inhale back, exhale up. Last 2. Last one, right away, switch sides. Weight comes into the right foot. We reach it back with the left. Reach and tap. Notice if you've come up in height, stay low. You've got this. You're not here for long. You have 6. Inhale and exhale. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. Bring the feet back together. Sink those glutes down even lower. Reach those arms up. Drive the shoulders down, pull the belly in. Pulse it. 8, 7. Squeeze the thighs and the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2. Draw your hands back in front of your chest with control. Come all the way down to the mat. Nice work. We're gonna lengthen our legs, flex through our feet, reach our arms forward. Take a big inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, tuck your tailbone and roll down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Relax yourself down and then bend your knees. Walk your heels in towards your glutes. Last thing we're doing before we stretch, a quick little bridge series. And maybe a little core, because that's always a good idea. All right, so knees and feet come hips width distance. Heels walk in toward your glutes. Arms come out to the side. Inhale to lift your pelvis up. Exhale to hover the floor. And as we do this, we're looking for a deep gluteal squeeze, a deep gluteal contraction through the back of the body. So it's less of a hip thrust and more of a hip lift with a squeeze at the top. So not a jerky movement at all. It's really intentional, precise, and focused here through the back of the body. Again, you can press into your heels and peel your toes up off the floor to really connect to your hamstrings and your glutes. Or you can press your toes flat, lift your heels up, and get a little bit more height in your bridge, maybe a deeper squeeze, if that feels good. Otherwise, just keep your entire foot on the floor. Let's go for 5 and 4. Here's 3. Last 2. Last one, hold up. Shift weight into that left foot. Heel the right foot up. Extend the right leg nice and long. Take your left knee out to the side and draw it in. So it's a little bit of an opening through that left side, that stabilizing side, as we hold this right leg high, extended over the hip. Feel your oblique fire up, your outer hips really working here. Inhale out, exhale down, go for 4 and 3, 2. Last one, tuck it up here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, set your foot down, stay lifted, switch sides. Left foot comes up, extend that left leg nice and long. Open the right knee out, away from the midline, and exhale, draw it in. Inhale, open, exhale, pull. Open and pull. Good. So tiny range of motion, but a whole lot of effort and energy because we're trying to stabilize the pelvis, trying to keep the weight of that leg up over the pelvis, really asking a lot of the core. You have 3, 2. Last one, back to center, tuck it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, stay lifted. Big inhale. Exhale and slowly lower down. Nice work. Pull the knees in, rock side to side. Massage your back. Okay, so quick core series. We're gonna find eagle legs. So cross your right thigh over your left and send your tippy toes down to the floor. And then hands come behind your head. Good, and then we'll lift our chest up as we draw the thighs in. Inhale, lower, tap the toes. So the right thigh is on top, the right toes are not gonna touch the floor probably. But the left toes can tap. And we really wanna squeeze the thighs together as much as possible, especially as we come in. And we're lifting straight up through center. Good, let's go for 5. Exhale as you lift. Nice. Here's 4. Keep the chin up and the elbows wide. Here's 3. Good. Last 2. Last one, hold it up. Extend your legs. Keep your right ankle crossed over your left. Lower that left leg down for 2 and exhale, lift. Always an option to drop your head, neck, and shoulders and work from here. Always an option to keep a bend in your knees if that feels easier. Otherwise, keep pressing your low back flat to the floor and keep your shoulders lifted. You have 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Hold that ankle cross here. Reach those arms forward. Pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Switch the cross in the ankles. And then slide the left thigh on top of the right as you lower down. Tap the right toes to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, take it up. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Try to stabilize through the pelvis. Keep the low back connected to the mat. Feel all that tension and heat building in your core. Go for 4. Good. And 3. I'm feeling it. Here's 2. Good, last one, hold it there. Extend your legs, keep the ankle crossed. Lower that right leg down for 2. And exhale, lift with control. Try your best not to drop and kick, but really push the leg down and pull, drag the leg up, right? That's where the work is, in the control and in the precision. Good, always an option to drop your head, neck, and shoulders, or bend your knees. You have 2 more. Last one, grand finale here. Keep that ankle cross. Reach those arms forward. Squeeze the thighs together. Pulse it up. 8, 7, 6. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees. Rest your head down. Right away, lengthen your legs. Keep your left ankle crossed on top of your right. And then reach your arms up overhead. Side bend over to the right. So really finding some length there through the left side. And then side bend over to the left. Bring it back to center and switch the cross in your legs, side bend over to the right. Good, deep breaths here as you stretch through the abdominal wall, side bend over to the left. Good work. Good, and then back to center. Send your arms down, unwind your feet, and come into a figure 4. Right foot to the top of the left thigh. Reach in between your thighs. Send your left thigh in as you work your right thigh away. So we really hit it all day. We had a focus on lower body, strengthening, right? Stabilizing, but tons of core and tons of hip work as well. And I definitely got my heart rate up a little bit. Go ahead and kick your left heel up, bend into your knee, kick it up, and bend one more time. Hold it long, point and flex your toes, and roll your ankle, all that good stuff. Release the grip on your legs. Send your left leg nice and long. Hug your right knee and give it a little bit of a squeeze. And then draw your right leg across for your twist. Option to extend your right leg, keeping your hips stacked, kicking through your heel, finding a deeper stretch there through the hips, the glutes, the piriformis. Gentle chest stretch here as we twist open. Bend into your knee if it's extended. Draw yourself back to center and switch sides of that figure 4. Left foot to the top of the right thigh. Reach in, try to work that left knee away, and the right thigh in. Use a little bit of arm strength here to really find that opposing energy. Hugging in, pressing away. Hugging in, pressing away. Kick that right heel up. Take a couple bends and stretches through that right leg. And then point and flex through the foot and roll the ankle. Mobility in all those little joints here. Release your grip, float your leg down, hug your left knee in, give it a gentle squeeze, compress through that hip. And then send your arms wide as you draw your left leg across. Option to extend that left leg, flexing through your foot, deepening your stretch here, deepening your twist. Feel the length and space open up along the ribs and the low back. Release a little bit. Deep breath in, full breath out. Good. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock yourself up to a seated position. And take a butterfly stretch to finish, releasing those inner thighs. Soles of the feet together. Press your knees down towards the floor and then hinge forward. Option to come out to your palms or down to your forearms if that feels good. Take a couple breaths here. When ready, walk yourself back up to seated. Find a comfortable seated position. And take a moment here. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Press all the air out of your lungs. Gently close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose. Fill yourself. Exhale out of your mouth. One more time. Deep breath in. Fill yourself up all the way to the top. And exhale. Cleanse. Raise your thumbs to your third eye center. Pause here. Take a moment to thank your body and thank yourself. I thank you for joining me. Namaste. Amazing work today. I hope you feel good, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.